Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lyn Bresnahan. I'm the VIP matchmaker at Elite Personal Search, and this is Louie Felix, my associate, who is the CEO of Elite. And we're going to start off with a comment from one of the people that wrote into us that said there are no decent ways to meet or places to meet people. So, Louie, what do you think?
Well, there's no decent ways or places to meet people. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because, not everybody uses our service, the matchmaking service, but many people find the love of their lives on their own. So I guess my first inclination is to say that that's false. That's a falsity. Mm-hmm. There has to be decent places and decent ways to meet people. I guess let's talk about the factors that we should really evaluate that might help you to figure out what type of place you should go to meet the type of person that can potentially be the person that you pursue a long-term relationship with or marriage. Mm-hmm. So, is a bar a good place to meet someone? Okay, so both sides of the argument.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah. Well, again, one side would say, I don't think so. The other side says, I met my husband or wife at a bar.
Yeah, but I think those are. I don't think that's that's not the rule. I think it's the exception. Mm-hmm. And I think that the people that are serious, that want serious relationships, are going to go to a different place than a bar. I think it's very casual. Besides, people are drunk. How do you meet somebody and really understand what they're saying if you're all, everybody's all having a good time and alcohol has taken over your brain? I don't get that. Not if you want a quality person.
I don't know. I mean, when you really think about it, how did our parents do it? Or how did our parents' parents do it? What was the more traditional way to meet someone when there wasn't all these online dating sites and there wasn't these matchmaking companies available? Well, matchmaking, of course, has been around it's the second oldest profession, as they say. All these internet and dating sites, and how did they do it before?
It was introduction. It was introduction. My parents were introduced to each other, and I think there were a lot of arranged situations, mm-hmm. and it was just different. It was easier in those days. It was just easier, and it was safer. It just seems to be a different. Obviously, the generations have changed.
That is definitely one of the most important factors that people ask us about is safety. So is that really what it stems from when you hear somebody say there is no decent way or a decent place to go and meet somebody? Is it that people are afraid that who they're meeting isn't who they say they are? I mean, what does it really stem from?
I think a lot of it's safety. I wouldn't want my daughter walking into a bar thinking she's going to meet her future husband.
Let me ask you a question. What percentage of people do you think say that there is no decent ways or a decent place to meet someone? Do you think they're saying this because they're creating excuses? Because maybe they're not really ready to pursue a relationship.
Absolutely.
Or maybe they're afraid to. This is probably a better.
It lets them off the hook. Then they don't have to be responsible.
Right.
It lets them off the hook.
And there's a certain vulnerability that I think you have to have when you are really, truly out there to potentially meet the love of your life. And it's hard to do that, and no matter what place you go to. That vulnerability that means that you have to be genuine with your intent to expose your true self to someone, but that also exposes you potentially to getting hurt, right?
Hurt and not being in a safe place.
Or used. I mean, a lot of men, actually it's not only women, a lot of men meet women that are looking to meet them for what they have, not for who they are.
That's not changed in generations, has it?
No. Which brings us to the next point, which I think would be a final ending point, is don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, I think that sometimes we overthink it. There's nothing new under the sun. It's all about implementation. And essentially,
you want to explain that?
Yeah, essentially what I'm saying is don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you're at a place and you meet somebody great, just have a nice time with that person. And if they ask you out and you have a great chemistry and you feel that it's a good idea to take the next conversation to a formal date or a dinner, mm-hmm. then go with it. Have fun. Don't overthink things. I think people get to a point where they try to reinvent this wheel, where they are overanalyzing or over-assessing the situation, mm-hmm. which essentially is causing them to make statements like the statement that we started with. There's no decent places or decent ways to meet someone. Right.
But really important to me as a woman is that if you meet somebody in a restaurant or a bar or whatever, don't let them drive you home, and if you decide that you want to meet them again, drive your own car, not only for safety reasons, but because it's more the comfort level. If you're not worried about, oh my God, this isn't working out, I've got to go home with him, what am I going to say? Mm-hmm. And I just think it's better. It's better, easier.
The net is, at the end of the day, come to a matchmaker. let the professionals help you. We do background checks on every person that comes in here. We're not an inexpensive service, so people come to us that are really ready to pursue a relationship or marriage or to start a family, and they're willing to make that investment in their future, which is why we've been in business for as long as we have been. So, you can leave it to chance, or you can come to the experts and let us help you.
And we're so good. We're so good.
Lynn is so good.
Yeah, we're both good.
But anyway, that's it, I guess.
Okay.
So if you have any additional questions or comments or feedback, anything, just give us an email. Send us an email, lfelix@elitepersonalsearch.com, or you can always visit our website at elitepersonalsearch.com.
You got me there.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Bye. See you again.
Bye-bye.